got my 52 tags handmade challenge done for week 8, and I have come to the conclusion that I am not going to be able to do process videos on this kind of project. I had probably 10 hours of miscellaneous videos clips to figure out how to put together and edit, and because I basically just poked at this for the entire time that I worked on it. So I would work on it for a little while and then, video as I was going and that kind of stuff. And at the end of it, it was just, I would be like 3 o'clock in the morning, I'd look at it and go, oh, I need to add something else, or whatever. And I'd forget to turn the camera on or whatever. And so depending on what the topic is or how far I take the tag will depend on how much you get to see of the process. But it's it's not a tutorial or anything. So as much as people seem to like to see the process, it's just, some of them are just really hard. And filming stitching is impossible. My hat's off to all the people that do it because it's really, really difficult. I did get another adapter to hook my cell phone up along with my iPad so that I could get maybe some closer shots or different angle or something, but I haven't got all that set up, and we'll see how it goes. And honestly, I'm not that really good at this. So I don't know why anybody would want to see the details of it. So I'm just going to explain what I did, and we'll see how the prompts go on how the videos go. But for the most part, I had an absolute blast doing this. It was so simple. My plan was so simple when I started it. And like I said, over the past week, I have just, I could just do a little bit more there. And what about some beads? And I should add this. And I have this little frame. And to be honest, this is probably one of the few tags that I've made that I don't like the look of because it's so cluttered. But what I do like is individually, I like every single part of it. And I had so much fun putting it together that even though I feel like the overall look of it is like over the top, too much stuff, when I look at it, I see the bits and the pieces. And for me, it was like I did something I hadn't done before or used differently or something through the whole tag. And the tag speaks to me of change and trying. And so basically what it is I had a piece of this striped cotton, and it already came with a frayed edge, so I just left the frayed edge, and I got a new pair of pinking shears. So I cut off a piece of it this way, and I just ripped down this side of it. And I layered on top of that a piece of this flower material that I had. Let's see. I know it squeaks. It's gonna squeak till I figure out a new chair. Okay, so here's what the striped material looked like. And I showed it. Well, I don't think I'm going to even add that in. I'm just going to try to keep these short and sweet. But if you watched my weekly recap video on Friday, Saturday, somewhere in there, I went through all the supplies that I used in this. And I'll just show you what I ended up using in this. But I used this material as the base, and then I used this material as the next layer because it inspired me to embroider on top of it and use that as the pattern for the embroidery. And then, so what I did is I just kind of followed the leaves and that kind of stuff. And instead of having flowers that look like these, I just used the bullion stitch and made roses out of it. And then I used French knots all over for different little pops of color and little buds for the flowers, if you will. It's kind of hard to show, but like the stems come off and there's like a little bouquet of flowers and that kind of stuff there. And I really need to move my TV closer. I can't see the monitor without my glasses on. And so there's like little bouquets of flowers, but I recognize that overall it doesn't come out looking like that, but whatever. And then I did a slow stitch down the side, and I added French knots in between the just running stitch. The ribbon on the side was already pre-made, and I just added a French knot in the center of each of what I thought looked like flowers. I threw in a few seed beads I had. They look like this. And I've got to get some more beads because I'm addicted to putting the beads into the stitching. And so I'm got to get some more beads. I need the things. The butterflies, I coffee dyed in my... It's 11 o'clock. In my morning coffee because they were bright white. They look like this, and I didn't think they went very well. I wish I had coffee dyed a little bit of this too, but that's okay. But anyway, so I coffee dyed them in my morning coffee. And I added beads to the center of those. And then I did the pistol stitch for the antenna for the butterfly. And so that's how I got that. There's a few little pistol stitches all over in there too. And then I added in between the lace more of the pistol stitches here and here. I will admit this is glued down to the tag because I couldn't sew this on. There's also a piece of batting because after I did all of this, I stumbled across a video on how to sew it without leaving your knots on the back. And I was like, wish I had known that because it's all lumpy bumpy because of all the knots and stuff on the back. So next time it'll be smoother. But I did do some French knots and thread through on one side, and that does hold this side of it down. But there's a little piece of batting under there to kind of help combat the crookedness of it. These bullions I just did in 2 tones of pink, and this one I did in a 2-tone of pink, but I also added in seed beads inside the petals. And so yeah, and then I've had these frames, these little tiny frames. Oh god, they're so cute. Forever. I don't even know where I got them. I've got a whole bunch of them. And I put using a simple story sticker that I cut up. It says use your wings. And this tag really represents learning to fly for me in a new craft and a new art form. And so I thought it was kind of fitting to use your wings and have the butterflies and that kind of stuff on it. And then I had of course, too much to say about this tag and this process. So I typed it out and put it on a sticker. And I should have put it on before I attached it to attached the fabric to the tag because I didn't get to buff it down. So it would have disappeared into the paper if I'd rubbed it. But anyways, the back of it says, I found a quote from Lao Tzu. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. When I stumbled across Anne's challenge to do 52 tags this year, doing all kinds of stitching, using all kinds of fabrics and sewing goodies, I almost skipped it by. I didn't sew. I didn't have any fabric really, or anything that would make that kind of challenge happen. Why would I do that? I'm a paper crafter. I had enough sewing stuff to sew paper together, not this slow stitch stuff. That was just something I looked at and enjoyed watching on YouTube. For sure, not for me. Then I thought maybe I could try it anyways. I was up for a challenge and just do it out of paper or something. I needed a crafting challenge. I was stalled out in paper. So I figured one tag wouldn't hurt to try. I mean, it's not like I was required to continue doing it if I didn't enjoy it, right? So I did the first tag. It was eye-opening. Everything I thought it wasn't. And more to the point, everything I thought I wasn't. Fast forward 8 weeks and I'm hooked. One little moment of letting go of what I was became one open world of possibilities of what I might be, or for that matter, could be in this form of art. I can do this. I like doing this. I'm excited to do this. It stirs a drive and a passion in me for being creative again that honestly, I thought was gone. What really was the problem is that my old style of creativity just didn't fit me anymore. And just like all the clothes I had to buy when I'd lost all my weight because they didn't fit me anymore, nor were they my style anymore, does this apply to my crafting? I still love my paper crafts, but they don't stir my soul like they used to. I want to see what I might be and where I might go with this new adventure. Luckily, it doesn't mean I have to give up old loves either. It just means I'm free to change what I like to do, and that's okay. So that is my 52 tags handmade challenge. The prompt was bullion stitch, French knot, and pistol stitch. Week 8. I am absolutely loving this challenge, if you cannot tell. I can't wait to see what we all do next week. Almost time. Anybody else just look forward to Friday like nobody's business. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be back in the next one, and I will talk to you soon. If you're doing the 52 tags handmade challenge, please leave your stuff down below because I would love to check you out and see what you are creating this year too. I'll talk to you later. Bye guys.